Welcome, horror fam, to HHN 365, a Halloween Horror Nights podcast. As always, my name is Mike, and I'm here with my co-host, Duff.
Hey, guys.
And we have our producer, Nico.
Hey, howdy, hey.
As always, you can find us on Twitter and Instagram at HHN365 and leave us a voicemail at 407-906-3405. On today's show, we will be moving on to our third match of this year's HHN Trivia Challenge. And after, we will be having a bit of a crossover episode where we invite in the DisReferee and we come up with a HHN house based on our favorite Disney attraction.
I wouldn't say it's our favorite Disney attraction, but we'll get more into that.
Hey, Disney.
Disney attraction. Mine is my favorite.
Okay, fair. It is a good one. It is a good one.
All right. But before we get to that, do we have any news or rumors?
Yeah. First piece of news, Nico just let out his heartiest hey, howdy, hey of all time. So congratulations. That was beautiful.
Yeah. I'm excited because we finally got DisRef on here. So
I know. It's about time.
Taken since July, I think, to get him on. So,
and we also get to talk about something that's finally more in your wheelhouse. As many people know, you are not the massive HHN fan that we may be and are new to the event. You are quite the Disney parks guy, though.
That is true. So
we will be getting to that shortly.
Yeah.
But we do actually have a little more news, or I guess this one technically falls under rumors, and we should have brought this up probably 2 weeks ago, and I just kind of forgot to keep adding it to our outline. Sorry, guys. So as you've probably heard by now, there has been some news coming out, or rumors coming out of Hollywood, and this was found by HHN Mannix on Twitter, or Justin. It seems like in the Waterworld Maze location, you can see the facade of the Silver Shamrock Factory, which is featured in Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. And it's not like it kind of looks like it. Like the logo's on the fucking factory building. So
from my recollection, I don't remember this Halloween being rumored at all for Hollywood. So to me, it kind of came out of left field.
And I don't know. It seems so weird to use a Halloween the e-Halloween that doesn't have Michael Myers. Because a big draw isn't the actual Halloween franchise as much as it is the icon that is Michael Myers, you know? Right. So it seems like a weird choice of a Halloween movie to use, but I know a lot of people would be pretty excited to see this. It wouldn't be my choice for a Halloween movie, but you know what? If it gets people excited, sure. And then since we're talking about it, do you think it would probably just come back this year, assuming Hollywood can have an event this year?
Yes, unless there's some sort of IP that they happen to get that a little bit more time. Like I feel like Halloween is like one of those things where they can throw it in whenever they need it.
Oh, for sure. And I'm going to say definitely yes, because I know Hollywood kind of always has budget restraints that are a lot stricter than ours in Orlando. And they aren't even open yet as a park. So I'm sure they don't want to put any money into anything they don't have to.
Right.
So if they can keep it, they're going to keep it.
And then also, just to remind everyone, we have an event coming up on February 6th, Winter Blunderland. Duff, you just posted a little bit more information. And by the time this releases, we'll have a little bit more information posted.
Yeah, that's true. So we released the logo. So that's fun, I guess. It is going to be February 6th, I believe. We're starting at 7 p.m. We've made that official now, right?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. But yeah, we still haven't announced like every specific segment. We're going to have a full schedule coming soon. Mm-hmm. But we are going to take $5 donations for you to participate in Quiplash. You can choose whether it's the HHN one, the theme park one, or just a general one. Right. Or all of them if you want. But because this is for charity and because of the large numbers of people that want to play Quiplash every time we do it, we are going to be only allowing it to people who donate $5 or more, if you're feeling generous. But we are also going to have raffles that we will announce soon, which will be probably like $1, maybe $2, depending on the item. And then, of course, you can just join in as an audience member and watch the stream for free if you don't have the means to donate.
Yeah. Yeah, and we don't expect everyone to donate, but at the end of the day, we're trying to, raise some money for some good cause.
Oh, and I don't think we got to say it last time on our show, but we have decided 100% on both charities that we'll be donating to, and that's Casimir Pantry and the Black Youth Project. So two awesome charities that can help out a lot that we're excited about.
Awesome. All right, let's hop right into our third segment of our trivia challenge. If you have listened to the last two episodes, you kind of know how this is going to go. But if you haven't, we are doing a trivia challenge this year where we are trying to find out who is the best at HHN Trivia. We have 4 contestants each week, and the winner of that contestant is going to go to a final round, Jeopardy style.
I do love me some Jeopardy style games, Mike.
Yes, I do too. Duff, who do we have this week?
So, as you know, if you've been listening, we are bringing back all of the 4 finalists from last year. This week, that is going to be Bruce. Hey, how's it going, Bruce? Thanks for joining again.
Thank you for having me. Happy to be here.
Absolutely, it's a pleasure.
Joining him is... You can hear him on the Catacombs of Halloween Horror Nights, on the Grim Grinning House, on our show more often than not, and at Hanbrolo77 on Twitter. That is Hunter. How's it going, Hunter?
Guys, I gotta be honest. I'm a little nervous. I'm like, I got them like cold sweats. Like I'm ready to do this, but like I've got a reputation to uphold, so I'm nervous now.
Well, now we're even because we're always a little bit nervous when you come around. You know, you give us the chills a little bit. So.
Oh my goodness. Look, Duff, you and I have gone on several dates together. We have frolicked.
And that's why I get the chills. Exactly. Like butterflies start going when you like connect into Discord. It's crazy.
Fine. I'll take it.
All right. And also joining us, arch rival of Hunter. She can be found on the Scream Queens podcast. On Twitter at ScreamQueens85 and her personal one, Beetle Jess. That's Jess. How's it going?
Arch rival. What is up? I love that.
Hey, you started the trash talk on Twitter, not me.
No. He did. I have to. No.
Whoa. I didn't start it.
No. You put it against me. You said don't make me hate her. Don't make us hate each other. You started it.
Yeah. It was a beg for mercy. It wasn't okay. It wasn't an aggressive thing.
Hey, don't make me get DisRef on in here. He's online right now. So
forced me to move out and everything. I left. Oh my God.
All right. Rounding out the 4, you can find him at HHN Fog on Twitter. First time on our show, you're going to be able to start hearing him on his own podcast called Into the Fog coming up. Josh, how's it going, Josh?
Hey, how's it going? I'm doing good. I'm excited. This is, as you said, my first time on this podcast, and I'm really excited to see how much trivia I know.
Yeah, thanks so much for coming on. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, definitely. And we're also excited to see how much trivia you know. I guess that's kind of why we do it, right?
Yeah, but we honestly love writing these trivia questions.
Oh, it's the best. First of all, I love trivia in general, and not having to like potentially make an ass of myself on the podcast because I'm not answering them is great. So I get the best of both worlds.
It's always your craft beer enthusiasts that are all about trivia.
Yeah, I know. I'm really stereotypical, aren't I?
Yeah, just a tad.
Ugh.
This is the only way we can get our trivia fix when we can't go to bars. So
that's right.
So run our own. All right. So Duff, do we have a few things to go over before we hop right into it?
Yeah, of course. So same as it has been the past 2 weeks. So I'll go through this real quick. As Mike said, we have the 4 contestants. They're going to buzz in for their opportunity. They are not going to be able to buzz in until I finish speaking. So once the question is out, they are able to buzz in. They buzz early. Mike's not going to give it to them. The first 1 to 5 points or 5 correct answers is going to win our game. And they're going to have a 10-second time limit for each question that we will be enforcing pretty strictly. So, there is going to be a specific subject about that, and I guess we can kind of announce what that is right now.
Yeah,
that's going to be Easter eggs.
Oh.
Oh my God.
I do want to say this isn't the, like, when you think Easter egg, you might simply think it's something stuffed into a corner, and that's an Easter egg. Not necessarily. You'll see what I mean. But it could be a little more obvious things than that. But I think some still really tough ones, so we'll see how you do with them.
We'll see how this goes. This one might be really easy. It might be really hard. We'll see.
And the really base of what this is. I'm asking the questions. We have Mike watching the buzzes. I'll also be watching the timer. And Nico, he keeps score. Yeah, that's what you do.
Yeah.
Oh, and handle sound effects. Thanks, Nico.
Anytime.
All
All right. So let's hop right into it then. Why I sound like you? You always say hop right into it. You're rubbing off on me. I don't like
I
it.
know you're stealing my nomenclature.
Oh, God. All right. First question. The first room of which recent house featured many Easter eggs from previous houses, including the bubblehead nurse mask from Welcome to Silent Hill?
Hunter, you're in first.
I'm gonna guess Carnival Graveyard.
That is incorrect.
Damn.
Hell, we ain't gonna take it.
Bruce, you're next.
House of a Thousand Corpses.
That is correct. Hunter, you're supposed to get that right. Started off that way.
I can tell.
Missed opportunity.
Well,
Oh, well.
I'll take it.
What's the score, Nico?
All right. That's Bruce with 1. Hunter, Jess, and Josh are all rocking 0.
All right, let's move on to the next one. Which Fox television show was featured on a lunchbox in The Spawning?
No one's buzzed in yet.
Give you a couple seconds if you want to buzz in, take a shot.
Doesn't hurt you to try.
3, 2, 1.
Josh, you're in.
I'm just gonna throw out The Simpsons.
That is incorrect.
Hell, we ain't gonna take it.
Was that our only buzz, Mike?
That is our only buzz.
And the correct answer would be The X-Files.
Oh, I was going to guess.
Oh, that makes sense. It was before I went. Oh, darn.
I mean, Nico, were you really going to guess that?
That actually was going to be the one I was going to say. I was like, no, it's not The Simpsons because they put them in another house. But I really thought it was going to be the X-Files. That's really the only Fox television show. I don't see like, oh, here's this Prison Break lunchbox. Like here.
Yeah.
I'll have you know.
Some of these are written in a way that if you haven't been to HHN and if you just kind of listen to the wording of the question, you can at least have a couple of things to guess.
Man, I would kill for a Peg Bundy lunchbox, though. I'm married with children.
I'd actually pay for that. Anyways. Next question. Which House of the Year winner featured a portrait of Elsa Strict hanging on the wall of the office?
No one is buzzed in yet.
A couple seconds if anyone wants to take
Hunter.
a wild guess.
I'll make a guess here. I'm going to go with Body Collector's Recollections.
That is incorrect.
Hell, we ain't
Yes.
gonna take it.
You're in next.
Is it Ghost Town? Curse of Lightning Gulch?
That is incorrect.
Good.
Hell,
Yes.
we ain't gonna take it.
Was that it, Mike?
Bruce just got in.
Is it Dead Waters?
That is incorrect.
Oh,
Hell, we ain't gonna take it.
Josh, do you want to take a stab at it?
House of a Thousand Corpses.
That is incorrect.
Hell, we ain't gonna take it.
Maybe we should rethink just using that over and over. Anyways, the correct answer is Dead Exposure. HHN 18's version, the original, of course.
Oh.
Best house of all time. What's up? All right. And I believe that's still just 1 point for Bruce, correct? And everything else
That
zero,
is
Nico?
correct. Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Next question. Which IP house from HHN 25 featured the recurring Easter egg, Billy the Dummy?
Bruce.
Insidious Into the Further.
That is correct.
Ah,
Nice.
Bruce is on the board with 2. Everyone else still rocking that goose egg.
Bruce is getting lucky.
I don't know if I'd say lucky, but
That's all
Bruce
it
is
takes.
getting very lucky.
all right. Well, we'll see if that luck continues. With this next question, as Bloody Mary was unable to make an appearance, what Easter egg referencing her was found in Jack Presents 25 Years of Monster and Mayhem?
Jess is in first.
It was a compact, like cosmetics, wasn't it? Makeup.
Yep, I will take that as the correct answer.
Awesome. Jess is on the board with 1. Bruce has 2. Hunter and Josh, you are at 0.
And the fun part of this Easter egg was it was like that vial of, I guess, like a makeup. It was labeled Bloody Mary. It was in front of a vanity mirror.
Fun.
All right, next question. An ironic yet appropriate poster featuring a still from which movie could be found on a newsstand in HHN 21's Acid Assault?
No one has buzzed in yet.
A few seconds if anyone wants to buzz in and take a crack. Just name any old movie.
Hunter.
I'll do it. Why not? You said it's ironic. You said Acid Assault. I'm going to go with, let's say Toxic Avenger.
That is incorrect.
Well,
Bruce.
We ain't gonna take it.
Oh, jeez. Escape from New York, because I was going to say Toxic Avenger. Great minds think alike.
there we go.
That is also incorrect.
I won't play it again.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, just the first time each.
Yeah.
And when I said ironic, I meant it in a slightly different way, and that's because it was Singing in the Rain. It would be, of course, the iconic picture of Gene Kelly swinging from a lamppost.
That's fun.
I was going to say American Graffiti. That's what I would have.
That's a good one.
That's fair. Look at Nico. He's on tonight. I mean, it would have been wrong, but he's on. All right, next question. What species could be found in every scare zone and house during HHN 23?
Josh, you're in first.
Species? I mean, I was going to say zombies, but they Homo sapiens?
I mean, that's kind of correct, but no, not what we're looking for.
Okay.
No, we ain't gonna take it.
We ain't going to take it.
Hunter, you're next.
Can you repeat the question?
Sure. What species could be found in every scare zone and house during HHN 23?
And species could be found. You know, I was going to say zombies as well. Let's say vampires.
That is incorrect.
Bruce, you're up next.
Is it feline?
That is incorrect.
Ooh.
Was that all we had, Mike?
Yeah, that's. You want to take a shot at it, Jess?
A werewolf.
That is incorrect. And
it
what you could find it. Oh, go ahead, Nico.
Arachnid?
It is not. That's actually kind of closer in a way, because you could find a raven at each scare zone and house.
Nevermore.
Yeah, exactly. Can we have a score update? I feel like it's been a little bit.
Sure. Bruce is still in the lead with 2. Jess has 1, and Hunter and Josh still got them goose eggs.
Oh, you said that so nice. All right, next question. In reference to Lightning Gulch, Seeds of Extinction featured a cup marketed as Lightning Gulp. How many ounces was this drink?
Oh, geez.
Bruce, you're in first.
I believe it was 64.
That is incorrect.
Hunter,
We ain't gonna take it.
you're next.
I'm gonna double Bruce's answer, so it would be 128.
That is incorrect.
Jess,
Little higher, 144.
That is correct.
Really?
Wow. Yay.
There you go.
I knew it was 1-4. I knew that.
Yeah, so it's 144. It was actually part of the direct marketing. It was the 144 ounce lightning gulp.
Gulp.
Look at
That's
that.
a lot of liquid. I'll pass. Thank you very much.
That's my liquid gold.
But Jess won't pass. I got her on the board.
Yep, Jess is on the board again with 2. Bruce has 2. Hunter and Josh still at 0.
All right, moving on. Which house did Freddy Krueger's sweater appear in at HHN 22?
Bruce.
Welcome to my nightmare.
That is incorrect.
No, we ain't gonna take it.
No one else has yet to buzz in. Jess.
House of Horrors.
That is incorrect. Any other buzzes?
Yeah.
All right, I'll call it now. Oh, okay. All right.
Wait.
I'm just gonna throw one out. I'm gonna say Dead End.
That is correct.
Hey!
Whoa! And Hunter, you
Finally
worked
got
on
it.
an angel because you are now on the board with 1. Bruce
Finally.
and Jess have 2, and Josh has 0.
Nico, I've always thought you should host a game show. That was perfect.
Yeah. Or at least be the announcer.
Prize guy.
The prize
Yeah.
guy.
That's definitely you.
The new Electrolux from Warple.
I'm just imagining Nico like awkwardly kissing everybody's wives. And we're just having to watch.
Joke's on you. He does that when we visit him.
Yeah, that's right. I give them a little dip when they come in. It's fine.
You know, COVID, it's a little different right now, but
He makes it work. It's all right. All right. Next question. A reference to which icon could be found in the first room in Tomb of the Ancients?
Jess, you're in first.
The Usher.
That is correct.
Nice. Jess, that brings you up to a score of 3. Bruce is at 2. Hunter's at 1. And Josh, he's still got that goose egg.
Jess, your reaction made it sound like that was a complete guess, was it?
It was. I went with a flashlight. Tomb of the Ancients. I don't know. I didn't go that year.
Well, it was his flashlight. So, yep, that's perfect logic.
nice.
Yeah, a lot of these you can answer logically if you don't know the right answer. If you just kind of think out a little.
All right, moving right along. What often used sign made its appearance in Depths of Fear? Entrance sign doesn't count if you were thinking that.
Can I say the safety sign out front?
No.
No, that doesn't count either. No one?
Anyone want to take a guess? All right.
I'm just going to throw out a stop sign.
That is incorrect.
Bruce.
Could you repeat the question? I'm sorry, my voice cut out there.
Oh, no problem. What often used sign made its appearance in Depths of Fear?
I don't know. Not coming to me.
All right.
So you're next.
Oh, there we go.
A danger sign or exit sign? Exit sign. I'll go with exit sign.
I mean, yes,
No.
but no, those aren't Easter eggs.
She was on the right track with danger.
Oh, no.
that's correct. So we'll call it time there. It is a beware of dog sign.
Oh,
You guys are going to start a war.
I mean, it's in many houses.
Yes.
I'm just
When you say it, it hurts.
Yeah. Boo.
Felix was a good boy, and that's all that matters.
He got his revenge when they burned all the costumes at the end of the season.
I thought they did that in like early October. They waited till the end of the season. All right, moving on to the next one. What industrial rock band, that's very specific, had one of its songs featured in Saws of Steam Scare Zone as well in the final room of the house saws in steam into the machine as a callback to the scare zone.
Sorry, Hunter, you were in a little too early.
Sorry.
Was it because I added that last part though?
Yes, it was.
Okay,
Yes.
and give it to him.
Okay, Hunter.
Well, I just know they've used them a lot, so this is a guess, but I hope it's right. I'm going to go with 9 Inch Nails.
That is correct.
Nice.
All right, Hunter, you are at 2. Jess still has that lead with 3. Bruce, you are also at 2. And Josh, you still got that goose egg.
Yeah, as soon as you said he was early, I figured it's because I did a little pause because we have it written on another line. I was like, oh, shit, let me finish this. So, yeah, good job there.
Thank you. Sorry.
Nope, my fault. Sal read the question. All right, next question. American Horror Story of the HHN 26 variety featured a sack that was also used as a prop in which HHN stage show?
Bruce is in first.
Carnage Returns from HHN 25.
That is correct.
Wow, some good sack knowledge for Bruce. That brings you up to 3 points. Ties you up with Jess with 3, Hunter with 2, and Josh has 0. What a weird question,
yeah.
Duff. That's a great. That's a what a weird.
That was actually Mike's question. You'd be surprised to know, Nico. I think most people would agree that this is probably one of the easier ones that we're going to ask today, too. Just because you think sack featured in stage show. How many sacks get featured? Anyways.
Like, is it a large? Like, was it like a large sack that said something on it?
It's like a sack that they put over people's
It
head. that
had Jack's face on it that they put over the victim.
Oh, was it Jack?
A very iconic sack.
It was the Jack sack. Okay.
Yeah, Jack sack.
All right.
Not Jack Attack.
Not a Jack Attack.
That happens in Atlanta. That was a really dark reference.
All right, let's get back on track a little bit. What recent house featured a Cupid that had HHN creator Patrick Brailer's face on it?
Hunter is in first.
I'm going with Carnival Graveyard.
Carnival Graveyard is correct.
It's now Three's Company with Hunter, Bruce, and Jess, all with 3. Josh, you still got 0.
Oh, this one's getting exciting. And Josh, you still have time to hop back into it.
That definitely does.
All right, next question. Which house was the Marty mask from Poltergeist reused in?
Hunter.
That would be Graveyard Games.
That is incorrect.
Oh.
No, we ain't gonna take it.
Josh, you're in next.
I was going to say Graveyard Games too. House of 1,000 Corpses.
That is incorrect.
Very good guess, though. Bruce.
Us?
That is incorrect.
Jess.
Yeti.
Yeti is correct.
Oh.
Oh, why aren't you playing? Oh, here you go.
I need my music.
Did you expect it to play by itself, Nico?
No, I went to it and it wouldn't play. I had to double click on it again.
Hey, why aren't you playing?
And why aren't you playing? Jess, that brings you up to 4. You're 1 point away from the win. Bruce and Hunter can still get it because they're at 3. And Josh, you're at 0, but you can still come back and get it.
And if you're wondering exactly which mask this was, the Marty mask is the one where he's like peeling his face off. All right, next question. Oh, go ahead.
I said I would have guessed Sinful Island, but that's just...
It's all the go-go dancers, but they're ripping off their faces.
Well, when Mike said House of 1,000 Corpses, he's like, oh, very good guess. And I was like, oh, wait, I might be close.
Well, there was all those masks in that first room, but we already had that.
Yeah, that is true. We try not to repeat. All right, next question. What callback to A Nightmare on Elm Street Dreamwalkers could be found in Psychoscarapy Echoes of Shady Brook?
Bruce, you're in first.
Oh, it's a bottle of the no sleep, no dream pills, but I can't remember the brand.
I will take that as an answer. They're called Sleep Well pills, and you get a point.
Bruce, you are now at 4, tied with Jess coming down the stretch. Hunter, you're at 3, and Josh, you're still at 0.
So we are playing to 5. So this could be game point.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Nice.
and then sleep well is those pills that were supposed to help people like avoid the dreams with Freddy. That's all I got.
Oh,
All right, next question. In HHN 27's The Purge Scare Zone, a scare actor can be found wearing a clown mask from which video game franchise?
Bruce is in first.
Twisted Metal.
That is incorrect.
Hell, we ain't gonna take it.
Josh, you're next.
Payday.
That is correct.
Oh,
Nice.
yeah.
wow.
Woo! Look at that.
Good job.
Josh, you finally hit your payday. You are on the board with 1. Bruce and Jess still have 4, and Hunter, you're at 3.
I wasn't sure if anyone was going to get that one. Good job.
Great guess. God, that's a throwback. I haven't played Payday in years.
Great game.
All right, we're really coming to it here. The next question. In both versions of An American Werewolf in London, a bottle of beer was used to reference what former HHN stage show?
Josh, you're in first.
Rocky Horror.
That is incorrect.
Hell, we ain't gonna take it.
Bruce, you're in next.
Beetlejuice.
That is incorrect.
Anybody else want to take a shot at it?
Name any HHN show and you'll have a chance.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. All right. So you would find a bottle of 20 penny ale to represent the 20 penny circus fully exposed.
Okay.
Gotcha.
That's
Yeah,
a tough one.
that's how I feel about that one too.
Oh, was that?
You guys didn't like what?
No, I like it. It's just hard.
Oh,
All right. So moving on to what is actually going to be our last question, unless we need an emergency. So I guess we would have to. So unless we get a winner, we're going to need the emergency questions to come out. Here it is. In the Hellraiser scene of All Night Die-In, Take 2, you can find the likeness of which president?
Josh.
Nixon.
That is incorrect.
Hell, we ain't gonna take it.
Hunter.
I believe it's Bush Jr.
That is correct.
Nice. Whoa.
all right. And it looks like we are getting that emergency question because Bruce, Hunter, and Jess are all at 4.
Oh my
And
god.
Josh is at 1.
So the way this is going to work, this is going to be a sudden death between those 4.
3.
Oh, yeah, those 3. I'm sorry. Yeah, those 3.
All right, here we go. So for this final question, it's kind of more about speed more than anything. This is actually going to be referencing something we talked about earlier to make it a little bit easier, I guess you could say. So here we go for a sudden death question. As we previously mentioned, Billy the Dummy from Dead Silence has appeared in several HHN houses. Which house did he appear in at HHN 28?
Bruce.
Carnival's Graveyard.
Carnival Graveyard is correct.
Nice.
Good job, Bruce.
Bruce takes it.
There we go.
And that means Bruce will be going to his second straight final appearance.
Wow. Great
Bad
job.
luck.
I don't think you could say it's luck when you've gone like twice, and we've only had 2 incarnations of this. So
That was luck. I had some very stiff competition, and in fact, I love everybody here. They're all awesome.
Oh,
oh,
Yeah, you
did
guys
great.
all did
You
very,
deserve
very
it.
well. Yeah.
I definitely agree. That was a very tight contest. You guys nailed a lot of questions that I thought would be a little bit tougher. Congratulations, guys. I really enjoyed that one.
yeah.
Yeah, we went really hard writing these questions, and you guys did really, really well.
I can tell this is stuff that, like, how did you guys get most of these questions? Just like memories, or did you like scour internet forums? Where did you go?
Yeah, there's a little bit of memory and a lot of scouring.
I was about to say a lot of this stuff isn't stuff you're going to find on the wiki. So like, shout out to you guys for putting in the work to do questions like this.
Yeah,
I will
seriously.
say,
Yeah,
you'll find-
super duper scouring.
you will find some of them on the wiki.
Some of them skip from the wiki.
That 20
yeah.
pale ale was amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had no idea. He wrote that one, and I came and I was like, "What the hell? No one's gonna get that."
Yeah. Well,
but
I'm like curious. I'm like, did they just shove Billy the doll in Carnival Graveyard and hope that the license holders didn't notice? They're like, oh, fine, whatever.
When it comes to HHN 28, any reference, just say Carnival's Graveyard, because I don't know if you guys did the unmasking tour. They said literally, I can't point out everything in here. They said if you think I found the Ghostbusters trap in the one room in the pitch black. They said if you think it is, it is.
Wait, so wow, man. What a crazy house.
One of the creators was quoted to say, "We literally emptied the storage house. Like we just took everything and put it into that house."
Well, I'm like, oh, Insidious makes sense. You know, Lee Winnell, James Wan, they're best buds. Okay, I can see how that would fit in. But Carnival Graveyard, it's like, just shove it in there. No one's ever going to notice this big pile of crap in a corner.
Yeah, basically.
Literally. The dueling dragon sign was actually in there.
Oh, that was my favorite part.
Yeah. Wow.
Hopefully we don't get Universal sued for bringing this up. They thought it would be like buried and never come up again.
If they haven't gotten sued for All Night Die-In 1 and 2, then they're fine. I promise you.
This is true. Good point. Good point.
Oh man, good stuff, guys.
Hunter, are we still friends now? I guess we are.
Well, we kind of we had a truce. This is the best result, actually. You know,
honestly, I can't agree more.
We both did our best. We both got to the second highest. It's fine.
Just for
you
fun,
both did awesome.
I gotta say, shout out to Fog though, because like that was like, in my opinion, that was the toughest question. Like, who would have thought of Payday?
Yeah, no, I would not have known that one at all. At all.
That's a really deep cut.
Yeah, and that was kind of a guess. I'm just like, there's a clown mask in that game. I think it's Payday.
Yeah. I thought you won with Twisted Metal, Bruce, there, because I was like,
it was a guess, because I was like, I don't think Twisted Metal's right, but it might be. Once you said Payday, I was like, oh, that makes so much sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now it'd be like some Fortnite or a Five Nights at Freddy's thing.
Fortnite zone for New York.
Yeah.
They can't touch Five Nights.
But just imagine Fortnite getting the rights to like HHN icons. I'm just saying. I still wouldn't play it, but I'm just saying.
Who's going to have the fastest build speed out of all the icons?
I'm going to go with the Usher. I don't know why. I just think that's appropriate.
Yeah, sure. I feel like he's done some physical labor in his day. Yeah.
Seems that way, right?
The storyteller, she runs around, but if you don't win within about 14 minutes, she just keels over and kicks it.
We'll see you in a couple weeks. Hunter, Jess, and Josh, thanks so much for joining us.
Oh, it was a blast. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, you can catch Hunter at the Catacombs of Halloween Horror Nights, the Grim Grinning Hosts, and on what else you got going on, Hunter?
Not a lot. But Grim Grinning Host kind of took a break this month unexpectedly, so we'll be hitting back up on that soon. Catacombs is about to kick back up. Just a lot of stuff going on. But thanks for always having me. I'm always excited to talk to you guys.
No, thanks for coming on.
I really enjoyed how you were plugging him, and you're like, what the hell else does he do? Hunter, you just take it.
That's not what I was doing. I wanted to him if he had anything else going on to give him a time to be like,
that's a proper plug. That's a proper plug.
Yeah, it is. It was
podcaster, touring musician for Def Leppard. What else? What else can you throw in there?
Oh, so you're the backup arm. I see.
That's exactly right. I'm the other hand. Sometimes I loan a foot out.
Alrighty, moving on. Jess, thanks so much for joining us. You can find Jess on the Scream Queens podcast and on Twitter at Scream Queens 85 and at Beetlejess on Twitter. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. It is always fun with you guys, and this was fun.
Anything else you want to pitch? Anything else going on?
No, just the Scream Queens. We post every Wednesday at midnight. So we actually have a new episode coming out whenever this live. So you guys will hear it. Always HHN and horror content over there.
Awesome. And Josh, thanks so much for joining us. You can find Josh on Twitter at HHNFog. And I'm super excited to hear your new podcast called Into the Fog. Anything else going on?
I think that's everything. It was great being here. It's good to learn some new things about Halloween Horror Nights history. And yeah, I think that's everything.
So that wraps up the third round of trivia. Let's hop right into our main segment. We talked about it earlier. We have with us the DisReferee. You can find him on Twitter at the DisReferee, and you can hear him on his own podcast with our very own Nico as the producer at the DisReferee podcast. How's it going, Ref?
It's going very well. How are you guys today?
We are doing great.
Pretty good.
Doing excellent. It's weird hearing your voice on a different day of the week.
Yeah, I know. It is weird being on another podcast. I don't ever do guest spots. So, it's my first one. Thank you for having me.
This is the first time we have had him on the show. He has been with us on Quiplash once or twice, but this is the first time that he officially on HHN.
And wasn't I your first guest on DisRef?
Yeah, you were my first guest, and you are my most frequent guest as well.
It's beautiful. It's a beautiful harmony going on here.
Yeah, the extended Nico verse just gets stronger and stronger with every release.
And another one coming soon. We'll talk about that.
Yeah, that's true.
Segment. Let's talk to Ref a little bit about his history with HHN. How long have you been going to HHN?
Well, as anyone who's ever listened to my podcast knows, I don't live in Orlando anymore. I think the first one I went to, maybe, God, so long ago now, I feel like, I think it was 2015 was the first HHN I went to. I was working at Universal, so I had never gone before that and didn't even really know of it. I was not a big, external event type of person in general. So you're going to that, it was just something completely different. Clearly I make Disney-ish content. So, you're kind of watered down with the Disney extra ticket events. And so HHN was always something to look forward to during that time of the year. I swear, I guess if I still lived near a Universal park, it would still be the thing I would probably look forward to this time of the year. Towards the end of my tenure in Orlando, I didn't get to go as much as I wanted to. Just because planning for movings and new job and things like that. But yeah, I've always loved the event. I'm not obviously as diehard as you guys are, people listening to this, sorry. But, it always was something really fun and always a good night out when I went.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite house off the top of your head?
God, off the top of my head. I think, I can't even remember now. I don't even want to try to guess them because I feel like feel real dumb when I try to guess it. There's something that doesn't even exist.
I'll give a shout for you that I think one you really enjoyed for reasons other than necessarily how good the house was. But me and Ref actually went together for the team preview night for HHN.
Oh, I know what
team member preview for HHN 26. And our first house of the night was Tomb of the Ancients, where me and him had a reaction to a scare so good that they had us walk through it again so they could snap pictures of us to use for media.
Yeah, so that's the giveaway. If you could ever figure out, if you ever want to try to figure out who I am, if you could find that photo of Duff, you could find out who I am.
Together.
I promise you won't find that photo.
Yeah, you will never find that photo.
All right, let's hop right into the segment. So like we said earlier, we decided that it would be fun to take a Disney attraction and try to turn the best we could and try to turn it into some sort of Halloween Horror Nights house. Who wants to go first?
Could I nominate Nico because I cannot wait to hear what the hell he's doing with the attraction he chose.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Yeah, go ahead. I think a good one to go first to set the tone of
So we were to take a Disney attraction, not necessarily our favorite Disney attraction, because
Definitely not.
no, because you can't get much juice out of Monsters Inc. laugh floor. So
Beg to differ, but
I think they do get a lot of juice. Actually,
they do get a lot of juice. There we go. But I decided to go with a lesser known attraction. One might even say it's somewhat seasonal attraction. There, I decided to create a house based on Cali River Rapids.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Let's see.
Using the easy layup name, Killy River Rapids.
Okay.
That's just a layup right there. You got to get it there. So the jungle has been logged almost to death, but nature is going to put up a fight. So I was going to have so basically tigers and chimps would be clawing at you while the fire ravages the forest all around. So the reason I chose this one is because, fire is scary, chainsaws are scary, and tigers are scary. And you kind of have all three around that ride. So I was like, oh, we can just go along with this. So it would definitely need to be in one of the sound stages, though, because you would need to have the large set pieces with the tall trees and stuff, and then easily be able to turn into small corridors where you go in and out between the trees and have some opportunity for some pinball scares here and there. You would have loggers getting mauled by tigers in there. You'd have just chainsaws ripping through there. It'd be really heavy fog that's in there to try to simulate smoke, and then maybe putting in a burning smell as well. So maybe similar to the burning room smell. It's not as strong as it used to be on Cali. Hasn't been that strong in years. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Just Ferngully on steroids. Just taking back the forest with a vengeance. So yeah, that's my Killy River Rapids.
This kind of sounds like a spiritual sequel to Seeds of Extinction.
I was about to say that. Yes, a little bit until you said animals. To me, it feels almost like a little bit like Yeti, where you have the loggers versus nature.
That I was going more for Yeti in that style. Okay. Yeah, and instead of it being cold in some spots, I thought it'd be cool to have some spots where it gets really hot, you have a little heat vent that blows at you there. I thought that'd be kind of cool going through there. Mike put out a little template for us to follow. It goes, ideal house location. The most ideal for this one would be Poseidon's Fury. But that's not there. I would just say one of the big sound stages.
Okay. That's fair enough. Now you mentioned tigers and stuff. Do you see those as puppets or kind of the suits that they just have one on their back and they're being attacked?
Kind of both. There I would maybe have a bungee scare be a puppet from the ceiling where the tiger tries to get at you, kind of how the Predator did in Great Movie Ride. A scare like that, and then also have some other tigers that try to come out from the corner, and where they just kind of wear a tiger head, and there you don't really see the bottoms of them, but then you hear the loud screaming the cat, that the screaming cat noise. You know what I mean?
What was that again? Can you do that again?
No, something like that. No, that sounds more like a bird. And then, chimps, people, they can just have monkey suits. That's always fun to see. I always like to see a nice man in a monkey suit.
You do like the tumble monkeys.
I do, and I'm upset that they're not going to be back when Folk returns. So.
All right. So something I thought we should add to this that would be fun and kind of put us on the spot is that the one who pitches as you just pitched an attraction as a house, will be judged by the other three, and they will give you a yes or a no.
Okay.
Oh.
Ref, would you do the honors? Do you want to see
crap.
this as an HHN house? You could kick it off.
First off, I like the name. I really do like the name, Nico. So shout out to you for that one. I wouldn't say it'd be my favorite, as sad as that is, but I could see. Oh, sorry if you guys can hear my cat in the background. By the way, I'm just gonna.
Oh no, we could use those sounds.
No, I wouldn't say it would be something I'd probably be running to go see and to go into, but I could see it being a very like. I could see it being popular, but it wouldn't be. It's not for me, so I'm gonna say no. Because it just doesn't sound like it'd be for me.
It sounds like your cat says yes, though, because he's like,
yeah, my cat loved it. She heard your cat
he's
sound.
getting like tiger.
Yeah, they heard your cat sound and they were like, they're calling me. So.
All right, we'll give you one yes and one no for that then.
All right.
Mike, do you want to go next?
Sure, I'll go next. I was interested to see when I heard that this was the one you were picking, because full disclosure, we didn't want any repeats, so we did let each other know what we were doing, except I don't know what the ref is doing. But I was interested to see what you were doing, and I didn't think you would be able to pull this off. But now, hearing you explain it, I'm going to give you a yay. Yes.
Yeah.
I think it would be... kind of reminds me of a very I think it's going to be a little theatrical and less like a traditional HHN house. It's kind of reminds me a little bit of like walking through like Twister Write It Out or something like Disaster Starring You, where things are happening around you. It would be interesting to see how that would be pulled off.
All right. Well, I've been thinking about this while they were talking, and I kind of have one more qualifying question.
Yes.
That it's kind of important. So you're using an attraction that is a water attraction. How are you implementing that aspect to this house?
So that's going to be kind of like the fire happens in that one room, and then the forest tries to rescue itself by bringing a storm. And that's when you go through the water vortex, and then there are a couple like other scares probably towards the end, such as like when the tigers and the chimps come out at you. Maybe even save the chimps for the end. So it's like, oh, I just see tigers, and then out of nowhere, monkeys. Like, I think it would just put it right over the top.
Well, okay. I mean, I will say that we have seen rivers and waters used in houses before. The one that jumps out to me is Urban Legend La Llorona. Where you had it is I could see it happening.
Yeah, so you would have to have some sort of water aspect,
but it's possible.
I don't believe this would be high on my hype list, but I think I'm going to give it a yes out of curiosity.
Hell yeah.
I was very, like Mike, very concerned from the attraction you picked and where you'd go with it. But I like the concept, and I think I'd greenlight it.
I wanted to give myself a challenge, and I'm glad y'all enjoyed it. Especially the cat. I can't believe I got the cat vote in this.
That's an important one.
Yep.
All right.
Well, Mike, do you want to go next?
Sure, I will go next. So for mine, I actually chose maybe not my favorite attraction, but one of my favorite attractions. And it actually, when I was thinking about it, I feel like it ticks a lot of boxes for me of things that I actually find scary. If you know anything about me or you saw me go through Dark Horizons, the Florida Man house, I find rednecks very, very, very terrifying. They're pretty, or like things like The Deliverance. So that gives you a little hint of maybe which way I went with this one.
I believe you have previously pitched a 4th of July redneck scare zone, haven't you?
I have. Yes. Going to that same Will house, I have a little tagline that says, "This good old-fashioned hoedown takes a turn for the worse when the bears run out of picnic baskets." And that may have given a little hint of what I went with. The name I chose was Country Bear Killing Spree.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, very good.
Bravo.
Very good.
This would obviously be kind of a parody or comedy house. It started to realize to me that it's a little bit of Five Nights at Freddy's type feel, potentially. You're going to have a mixture of like big sets and claustrophobic sections. I feel like obviously you're going to some of the music just kind of works for itself, where when you're walking through, you're going to hear like blood on the walls and blood all around. You're going to obviously also I was thinking that you also have a little bit of a hot house element when you encounter like Trixie and
swinging teddy bear.
Swinging teddy bear.
Oh boy. Lovely.
So yeah, I didn't flesh this out as much as Nico did. And I feel like if I go on too much, I will nail the joke into the ground. But yeah, so there we go. That's mine.
Fantastic.
Well, I'll start off, and that's a big yes for me. This sounds like it could be quite the comedy house, which I can be a sucker for when pulled off well. And I also just enjoy Country Bear Jamboree. So yeah, up my alley.
Yeah, we get the return of HHN Bear.
Oh yeah.
I would say yes as well. I'm not the biggest Country Bear fan, but like that just, I don't know. It just sounds like it would fit, and you singing just topped it for me.
What 100% yes. I would totally be right there. I would buy the merch for that. I would go to the tributes. I would actually wait in line at the tribute store and get that. I would buy some bear claws that they would be selling at the at the food booth inside there. And yeah, that sounds fantastic. It sounds like something right up my alley. Through there. So like, would you just like would you introduce like the bears one by one, and as you go through?
I think you would see, you would kind of go kind of room by room. I think also some of this characters would be like victims that have been mauled or made.
Oh, okay, cool.
So you get a little bit of like a Depths of Fear type style, or Yeti type feel, where you're like, a lot of the scares are going to be the bears, whether either they're like playing their instrument or trying to attack you. And then also victims.
Hell yeah. This sounds like a great HHN already.
I think you won a clean sweep of yeses as soon as you said Country Bear Killing Spree.
Yeah. Sure,
that is a beautiful play on words.
It's a good one. That's a very good one.
Well, I appreciate it. Who wants to go next?
Should we save ref for last or have him go now?
I mean,
let's save ref for last, because I don't
have a name for my house, by the way, so I'm not even going to try.
You have time to think of it. No pressure.
There's no way.
I believe in you. You're creative.
Thanks.
I'll draw mine out and give you time. So I will say that my pitch is not really breaking down what I envision the house as much as I just created kind of a backstory of what it is. So just be prepared to listen to me tell a story. I'll tell you right off bat, I chose Spaceship Earth. It is an attraction that I do enjoy very much. It is not my favorite attraction of all time. I thought there could be some fun stories to pull out of it. However, I wish I would have thought of a tagline like Mike. I did not. But I did name the house Project No Tomorrow. Yeah, I know. I tried to think of it.
If that's the name I have to go up against, I could come up with something right now.
Oh yeah, you could. Yeah, you could. Hey, I understand. I didn't like it either. It's what I had.
I mean, you got to work with what you got.
Thank you. All right. So I'm just going to tell you guys a little backstory. A massive geodesic sphere has been standing in the outskirts of Cary, Ohio, for well over 3 decades. Locals have never been able to gain information on what exactly the imposing structure houses, only that it is owned by a major telecommunications company. One night during the fall of 2020, residents of the township be described as what you'd hear from a UFO in a mid-century sci-fi movie. This was followed by a loud explosion. The warping spaceship sound continued to silently hum throughout the area. When followed, it led you to the once shiny, tall structure. Now it was just support beams, a partial structure, and rubble compiled of charred, large triangles. Now, when searching for a survivor, firefighters were the first on the scene. They went in. They found there was some type of large screen, just like in that first room, and it was projecting a star field. It was very large. It was entrancing. It had peaceful flashes of lights as stars flickered. Of course, they had to continue on and find some survivors. They didn't find survivors. They didn't find casualties. They found nobody. No sign of life at all. So obviously, they're going to be interested in this screen they saw that takes up an entire room, why this thing is still running when everything around it is destroyed. An unfortunate firefighter who took an interest to the starfield projection went to check it out. The visuals were so impressive that it was hard to believe you weren't staring directly into space itself. The man went to give a screen an inquiring knock, but he found this was no solid object, and he was soon spiraling through what felt like an infinite vortex through the stars. Landing in a frozen tundra with a devastating blizzard drastically limiting his visibility, he hears the yells of other humans as if engaged in a fight, then a rumbling as if a herd of large animals was moving his way. Almost as jumping directly into his view, he encounters the sight that you wouldn't believe. It was a woolly mammoth. It was being attacked by warriors, but not the warriors you would expect. Maybe cavemen, Neanderthals, something of that sort.
There you go.
Yeah, thank you. They had helmets and swords and chariots. It would seem this was the Roman army. So that's basically the base backstory that I'll give. But you would continue throughout this house. History would be scattered throughout, tying in places that should not be. Time and place didn't matter. And you would find those who had worked on Space Station Earth are also in this vortex. History, they're telling you history does rewrite itself here. And if this continues, which it will, it'll cause the timeline to implode and everything in it will be erased. So you must find an escape and survive not only the dangers of the past, but also imminent demise.
What a cool concept.
Thank you.
Yeah.
This would take place in my mind in B108, which is the new or second parade warehouse.
Okay.
I think the coolest features for me would be it would use a lot of projections and cool lighting, but also that mammoth I imagine would be a large puppet.
Gotcha. Yeah, I could see that for sure.
But that's all the details I have about the actual house.
Pretty cool. I love the concept of people like throughout history being in places where they shouldn't be. I think that's a really cool concept to try to see that go through in a house style like that. Would we get some Burning Rome on this bitch?
Oh, you know you would.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I like this one. I'm
all on board.
History houses are some of my favorite. And this one, you get kind of a hodgepodge of a bunch of different like moments of history. I think it's cool. I think it would be pretty cool.
Thank you.
Yeah, I liked it a lot. It was like a lot of story, which I was like invested in. So I loved it.
Sorry, I couldn't say Neanderthals, but that is a word that I can't pronounce usually.
Are we going to get the printing press room? That's my favorite scene.
Yeah.
So I was actually considering including what I envisioned was the boy was kind of possessed, but that doesn't really make sense in my story at all. So I didn't include it because it doesn't fit. But I do want to include the little paper boy and going up into the printing press and all that area. I just don't know how yet.
Good old skinny leg Gutenberg right there with you.
All right, Ref, you are up next.
Okay, cool. So My attraction, I didn't base it off anything over on the East Coast. I went to the West Coast to one of the most hated, I think, Disney attractions of all time. And I picked from the original iteration of California Adventure, the Superstar Limo.
Oh, yeah.
Boy.
And instead of doing what the Superstar Limo, like the crappy live version that they had, I went to what the original version was going to be, where the paparazzi are kind of chasing you and trying to like get you, basically. And I didn't, like I said before, I didn't know I have a name. I'm just going to say, I'm going to call it Superstar Kilo. I don't even care. So
there we go.
I like that. I like that.
So
That's using the Nico method.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I'm just changing like one letter. But instead of you being in the limo trying to get away, I kind of had it as you are just kind of going through Hollywood, avoiding them, because I mean you can't be in like a ride vehicle. So with paparazzi chasing you. So some of the ideas I had were using different songs based off of like Los Angeles, Hollywood, that area, that remixed in to kind of transition in and out of different areas. So say like if you could license the music to start it off with Lady Gaga, Paparazzi, and just kind of have like a cool remix, even though a song on its own is fine enough for me. To start it off as, you land at LAX and you are in an airport setting with paparazzi trying to get you, and the animatronics that were from the original ride being in it as well, but with obviously characters kind of popping out and people trying to get your autograph or people trying to, or something in that vein. And as you go through to different areas of Hollywood, Beverly Hills by Weezer, a remix of that. And the climax would be at the end. So there's a part in the original ride where you have a sleazy Hollywood agent that's trying to tell you, hey, make sure you get to like the studio lot or whatever. You need to sign this contract. And he'd be your reoccurring character throughout the whole house. That is kind of, telling you, hurry up, you got to get here. And throughout it, you have paparazzi chasing you. They are chasing down other celebrities, which is technically, I guess, what you would be in this house, chasing down other celebrities. So there's crashed cars, although it's a bit sore subject with paparazzi and crash cars. If you know, but, crash cars where there's people, bloody celebrities trying to tell you run, get away from them, paparazzi popping out of anywhere with a lot of strobe light effects because, flash cameras in your face, disorienting you, all climaxing at the end of your sleazy Hollywood agent trying to hold off the paparazzi, and he is found hung by like the camera like neck things you put around. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, camera straps.
Hung by camera straps above you while Hollywood Swingin' by Kool and the Gang plays as you exit the house. That is my Superstar Limo house.
Oh my. I can't tell you how excited I was when I realized you were going to say Superstar Limo.
I just thought the animatronics on their own were creepy enough that I was like, this should be a house.
I didn't think anyone would go crazier than Nico, but you did. You did.
Yeah.
But I love it. I think it's such a crazy concept that I could not help but want to see that. So I will give you a yes.
I also had this idea of it being like super colorful. Like, what's the one house I went into one of the years? Was it like the Alice in Wonderland, like 3D-ish theme?
Asylum in Wonderland.
The real like crazy like colors. I didn't think I should put 3D in it, but like those crazy colors that's just super colorful, and all the strobe flashes kind of disorient you. Yeah.
It's giving me like you're mixing Asylum in Wonderland and Dead Exposure with the
I was going to say that, but like, yeah, the camera element that definitely reminds me of like Dead Exposure.
So you probably don't know, but Dead Exposure was a house where the only source of light was the flash of a camera throughout the house.
Oh damn. That sounds pretty cool.
I would have loved to do that.
It is actually my favorite. It is an argument for my favorite house of all time, I'll say.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my house.
Yeah,
Amazing.
I'm a yay on this one. I think it would be a very. Are you kind of leaning towards like the parody comedy house would kind of lean into the comedy aspect of it?
Yeah, because Superstar Limo on its own was just so ridiculous that I think you have to lean into that a bit.
Then it's a yay from me.
Oh yeah, 100% yay. From there, would there be any tasteless Princess Diana jokes?
I kind of brought that up. I don't know if you heard it or not.
I was going to ask.
I know he alluded to it, but I was wondering who would be the first person to.
I ain't getting canceled out here. What are you talking about?
I was going to ask. I wasn't going to say it directly, but I believe that incident you were referring to, didn't that affect this attraction in some way?
Is exactly why the first iteration of the attraction was scrapped. So I figured, enough time has maybe passed where you could maybe not have it where a limo crashes, but like just, I don't know, something. But I feel like you kind of have to put that in there.
I mean,
absolutely.
I think we're far enough removed where that's not a big,
I mean, just don't have the royal family go through the house.
Yeah, exactly.
Fine.
Yeah. I mean, they're not allowed here anymore anyway, so.
Yeah, it's the perfect year to do it.
Yeah.
So cool. I think we all got approved. I think all these houses are now coming to HHN.
I'm the only person that gave a no to somebody.
You are. And I'm going to be honest, Nico. You didn't even get a clean yes from me, but I did give you a yes. So you're good.
Yeah, I know. I'm used to being low man on the totem pole. It's all good.
The cat approved you, though. So, I mean, I feel like that's an overall top win.
Yeah. You also somehow got a non-human vote. So, like, that says a lot.
That is true. I did get the cat vote, which is...
The cats didn't even yell for me. They don't care.
I think it was pretty cool that we went with 4 attractions that probably people wouldn't go for immediately.
Yeah. So like, I will say, hold on, behind the scenes, before you say what you're about to say, because I explicitly said we are not going to choose Tower of Terror, Haunted Mansion, or any of the obvious ones. So
I don't even think you told me that. I just figured we wouldn't pick those.
Oh, I might not have told you. I told the others.
I feel like if you even take out those, there's still a few others that you could potentially. Okay, these are like your. I don't think we would show this either.
Yeah, like Pirates, Jungle Cruise.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. That's like another Lightning Gulch. Like that's my gold part 2 or something like that.
Well, yeah, no, you're right. We definitely went with things that like most people probably aren't going to choose to make an HHN house. We were trying to have fun with it. And I noticed most of you guys kind of went more, well, Nico's pretty serious. But I tried to kind of go for a comedy style. And then I got so into writing the backstory that it became serious out of nowhere. So that happened. And I think it was for the better, to be fair.
Yeah, I think when I was kind of making my little house here, I was thinking like, well, if Universal's if we're pitching it to Universal based off a Disney attraction, that's how I kind of envisioned it. Like, you got to poke fun kind of at Disney because that's all they do. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely where I went on mine. Mine would be might get sued type of thing if you did do this. But
exactly.
We're working under the conditions that for some reason Disney has granted these properties for HHN.
All right, in order to get the Marvel license back for Florida, you have to let us do these 4 houses.
You have to let us use Cali River Rapids as an HHN house
and Superstar Limo.
They'd be like, you could just take Superstar Limo. Like, we don't need anything in return.
Like, you guys can claim it and pretend it was yours. That's okay, please.
They don't even want to pretend it was something they had. All right. Well, that wraps up that segment. That was a lot of fun. I enjoyed doing that.
Yeah, it was a good old time.
So much for joining us.
Yeah, thanks, guys. I really had a great time today.
Yeah. Do you have anything going on? Anything you want to talk about?
I mean, obviously, you guys talked about at the top of the show our event coming up on February 6th. So please join us on February 6th, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And even if you can't donate, like you guys said, please just join us and have a good time, have some fun in the chat. And, it should be a good night for everybody. And, hopefully we raise some good money for charity. Otherwise, you can follow me Instagram, Twitter, Facebook as well at DisReferee. And I will say, as I always say on my own podcast, if you have the energy to go and find me on all those, if you can as well, please go to the cast member pantry and donate to them. In the show notes of all my podcasts, you can find their Amazon wish list and their Venmo account. And I know we're going to be donating half our proceeds for this event to the cast member pantry, but regardless of how much we end up donating, they will continue to need more as these furloughs continue. So, please donate to them if you can.
Yeah, definitely. I'm happy you brought that up because I think a lot of people don't realize that this is, it's not over. Like everyone who's been laid off, it's not the end. There are still people on furlough. I actually know someone who is just furloughed this month again. So it's something that's ongoing, especially here in the theme park community. So they still need your help.
Yeah, I know someone personally who is getting laid off in a day or two as well.
pretty personally.
Yeah, very personally. Someone is losing their job in 3 days because their company is no longer going to be in the hospitality industry in Orlando. We'll just leave it at that.
Yeah,
all right.
Detail. But Ref, we've kind of been considering a way to get you on for a while now. Obviously, we don't tie into Disney a lot, and we thought this was the perfect opportunity. So we're happy we finally had you. And I'm sure we'll do something else that ties in Disney another way, and we'll invite you back.
Yeah, and I'm sure you will be on probably like the next episode of our podcast because you seem to be on every other week. So.
I'm disappointed you took off 2 episodes without me. Like, that's rude.
And I had a different guest last week.
Yeah.
How
cheating on you. I'm sorry.
We had our most mature episode ever, though, with last week's guest. So
what does that say about that?
Yeah, I was going to say, would you expect that from me?
Mike, you have to come on sometime.
Oh, absolutely.
We can just half the time we just yell about things. So if you're just in the mood to yell about things, doesn't even matter if it's Disney or not. Please come on.
Well, I'm about to have a lot more free time. So yes.
Just dropping more hints, aren't you?
Yeah. So I'll be. My schedule's clearing up soon. So.
If you're ever feeling very politically charged, just hit Ref up and ask to be on his podcast. He'll let you scream.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So it depends on what you're politically charged up about.
Well, you know what he's charged about. Don't worry.
You can come on to Chapo Mouse House anytime.
Absolutely. Well, thanks so much for listening. As always, you can hit us up on Twitter and Instagram. Let us know what you thought. If you have a house that you would like to pitch that you think would be good, go ahead and leave it there. Or you can leave us a voicemail and tell us all about it at 407-906-3405. We'll be back next week.
Wait, hold on, really quick. You said that, and I just kind of want to stress that. We would love to hear some houses pitched really quick on a voicemail. That's something we'd love to play on the episode. So please do, please. Yeah. I know some of you were thinking of stuff you'd want to do. So just let us know. Just leave us a minute voicemail.
Yeah, exactly. Give us a little bit of voicemail and we'll play it at the end of next week's episode. We'll be back next week with our final round of trivia and some sort of other main segment.
we don't plan these things in advance very well.
No. We'll decide in a couple of days. All right. Well, thanks so much for listening, and we'll see you in the streets.